Stop making these 3 mixing mistakes when you're mixing your vocals for your house music tracks. And if you wait until the end of this video, I'm going to share a very important bonus tip what you can definitely implement in your music production when you're mixing your vocals. And as always, before I start, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel to not miss out any tech house production, house music production tutorials in the future. And let's get straight into FL Studio. So the first mistake a lot of music producers make out there is that they're high passing their vocals way too much. Surely we all heard this mixing tip that you have to basically high pass your vocals, so you're basically giving more space for the sub-frequencies and the bass and so on. But if you, for example, now high pass the vocals way too much, the vocals are gonna lose energy and your mix is gonna sound very thin. If we use, for example, an FL Studio EQ with a high pass filter, what I like to do is I put it to around 160 to 100 or 200 Hertz, because that is the range where it's going to cut away the vocals, so nothing below 100 Hertz comes through, and like that your vocals are going to still have a lot of energy. The second mistake a lot of music producers out there make is that they're compressing their vocals way too intensely. So as you can already see here in the playlist, this vocal has a lot of transients, for example those ones, Life, Imagine, and basically if you're compressing now, all those transients are basically just gonna be ducked down from the volume, and that whole audio is gonna basically look like a sausage, if you can kind of imagine what I'm talking about. So how to prevent your vocals from basically losing all the energy and the transient? What we have to do, we have to basically decrease the attack time, so basically the transients are still coming through quite a bit. Let's say you put it to around 20 milliseconds, you have to basically try a little bit. If you, for example, have now your attack time to 20 milliseconds and your release time really low, it's going to make it really easy for your vocals to just go through the compressor and basically still have those differences in loudness, which are really important because you want to create a dynamic mix. You do not want to create a very monotone mix, and it's going to sound very thin if you don't do this properly. Now we arrived at the last mistakes a lot of music producers make when they're mixing, but before I'm going to share with this one, I just want to quickly basically remind you to get the specific house music production template, because I created the specific template where you can already see that in the playlist there's already all the channels assigned, drums 1 to 5, basically the vocals, instruments with automation channels already ready for you, and on the mixer channel you have 50 ready to go mixing and mastering chains with all the elements for house music. This template is going to basically jumpstart all your productions. Make sure to purchase this template on gumroad.com for under $10. The link for that is in the description, and you can definitely be one of the music producers out there who can finish more house music faster. So the third mistake a lot of music producers out there make is that they're EQing their vocals wrong. So the way how I've been EQing my vocals in all my tracks, so also all the ones which are on Spotify right now, I just basically looked what elements do I have in the mix and what kind of instruments are fighting for which kind of frequencies. So let's say we have in this specific track, we have those loop, the synthesizer chord progression. So as you can see already on this frequency analyzer is that this synth loop, the most relevant frequencies from it are between 200 and let's say 2000 Hertz. So let's say now we have a vocal which is perfectly in the range between 1000 and 10,000 Hertz. The good thing now is that we do not have to cut away a lot of frequencies. So let's go into vocals and see basically what are the most relevant frequencies. So as you can see already, those two elements are fighting for the same frequencies, which is in this case kind of a problem because we want to create clarity, and in this track the vocals are definitely more important than the synthesizer. So what I would do now to basically EQ those two elements together, I would basically go on the vocal channel and connect this vocal channel to the synthesizer or the synth loop channel with 0% volume. Then on the instrument channel, I would open up a plugin which could be a multi-band compressor. For example, in this case, I'm using TDR Nova, which is a free plugin. You can get this one for yourself as well. Then I'm going to go on this one here, press processing, press vocals, and that basically means that this multiband compressor is going to duck down the vocals of the synthesizer every single time the vocals are playing. It's pretty much the same as a sidechain compressor, but in this case we can actually focus on specific frequencies. So for example, we can basically take this little dot, Gonna enable the threshold, also make sure that we can hear the audio from the vocals. So in this example, I did it very intensely. The synthesizer is ducking down in all the frequencies I wanted to duck down every single time the vocals are playing in. Make sure to put the attack to as low as possible and also the release to around, let's say, 50 to 100, but that depends definitely again. Even though this mix doesn't really involve mixing the vocals itself, it basically helps you to make your mixes sound way more clear because you can hear the vocals better and all the not so important elements are basically pushed back more in the mix. If you're now still struggling with this, I'm offering one-on-one online coachings where we basically going to be able to learn house music production more in detail. I'm basically going to explain you how to mix, how to write melodies, how to basically my whole process of creating a song goes together. To find out more about this coaching, make sure to message me privately over Instagram. And because you watched this whole video until now, I'm going to reward you now with the last bonus tip, and that is low pass your vocals to create more clarity for elements like the hi-hats and the drums. If you, for example, high pass your vocals now and you basically cut away everything until, let's say, 13,000 hertz, as you can hear already, the top end is so inaudible that it is not really necessary. But if you use this tip, your mixes are gonna sound way louder. And if you do this on all the elements, like let's say also synthesizers, if you cut away frequencies which are not audible or not relevant, you're gonna have way more louder mixes. Before you now continue scrolling mindlessly through YouTube, please make sure you check out this video as well, which explains exactly how to produce minimal deep tech like Culture. Very easy tutorial, very groovy. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like the music as well. And thanks for watching this whole video, bro. I appreciate for all the support and also the 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for the likes, thanks for all the comments. I hope to see you soon in the next tutorial, and I see you, bro, in the next video.